Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 24, Text 1 to 3. First two verses I will read it by myself. Maitreya uvacha nirveda vadinim evam manor duhitaram muni dayalu shalini maha shuklabi vyahrutam smaran. Translation: recalling the words of Lord Vishnu, the merciful sage Kardama replied as follows to Swayambhu Manu's praiseworthy daughter Devahuti, who was speaking words full of renunciation. Rushuruvacha Maghidho Raja Putritam Atmanam Prati Anindite Bhagavams Te Aksharagarbham Adhura Samprapassate. Translation: the sage said, "Do not be disappointed with yourself, O princess. You are actually praiseworthy. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead will shortly enter your womb as your son." Small purport. Kaddam Muni encouraged his wife not to be sorry, thinking herself unfortunate, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his incarnation, was going to come from her body. Text 3. Dhruta Vratasi Badram Te Dhruta Vratasi Badram Te Dhamena Niyamena Cha Dhamena Niyamena Cha Tapaha Dravina Dhanaihi Cha Tapodravina Dhanaischa Shraddhaya Cha Ishwaram Bhaja Shraddhaya Cheshwaram Bhaja. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: you have undertaken sacred vows. God will bless you. Hence you should worship the Lord with great faith through sensory control, religious observances, austerities, and gifts of your money in charity. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In order to spiritually advance or to achieve the mercy of the Lord, one must be self-controlled in the following manner. He must be restrained in sense gratification and must follow the rules and regulations of religious principles. Without austerity and penance, and without sacrificing one's riches, one cannot achieve the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Kaddam Muni advised his wife, you have to factually engage in devotional service with austerity and penance, following the religious principles and giving charity. Then the Supreme Lord will be pleased with you and He will come as your son. We are starting a new chapter today, 3rd canto, 24th chapter, titled The Renunciation of Kardama Muni. So here in the last chapter we have seen the words of Devahuti. They are full of renunciation. She is in fact lamenting that she has wasted time, a lot of time, without tangible progress in the spiritual life. So here Maitreya is explaining Nirveda Vadinim Evam. So Kardama Muni saw this Nirveda Vada, the words full of renunciation. Devahuti's words are full of renunciation. He saw, and then Dayalu Shalini Maha. He became merciful, and then she recollected the words of Lord Vishnu. Shukla Abhivyahrutam Smaran. He remembered the words of Vishnu and then he started speaking. So, ideally, a devotee also should recollect the words of the Lord before he speaks. The words of the Lord are already there in the form of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And an ideal devotee, he always speaks on the basis of what his spiritual master has given in the books of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and other books. So here also the Muni specifically recalled the specific words of Lord Vishnu, and then he addressed her as Makido Rajaputri Tham, O princess, don't be disappointed with yourself. Atmanam prati anindite, you are actually praiseworthy. She is actually trying to, she is disappointed, trying to minimize herself. So here Kardama Muni is encouraging her that you are actually praiseworthy. Bhagavamste akshara garbham. Why? Because Lord Vishnu already spoke to him that he is going to appear in his family. That means Vishnu's incarnation is going to be entering into garbham adhira samprapasyate. Very soon the Lord's incarnation will enter your womb. And who is that? Bhagavamste Akshara, infallible Lord, the infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead. In his incarnation as Kapila, he will enter into your garbha. So he recalled these words, and that means that she is not ordinary. Atmanam prati anindate. So he is encouraging her, don't be disappointed, you are actually praiseworthy. And then for the Lord to enter her womb, what is the procedure? He is explaining, Dhrutavratasi Badram te. You have undertaken sacred vratas, Dhrutavrata. Like in this month, there is a Damodara Vrata that we are all doing. Every day we have to offer one ghee lamp to Lord Damodar while singing the Damodara Astaka and Hare Krishna. So that is a Druda Vrata. And such Vrata should be done with great determination. Druda means determination. Determination. There is no termination. Whatever we take up, there should not be any termination. And what is the formula for this determination? Those Usahat, Dhairyat, Nischayat. All those 6 items are put together, they are called determination. They will not allow us to terminate the devotional service. So the formula for determination is to follow those 6 principles. So here he is explaining that Drudavrata Badram te, God bless you, Damena Niyamena cha. First he is talking about controlling of the senses, Niyamena, following the rules and regulations of the religious life, Tapo, and then Tapas, Dravinadhanaischa, giving one's money in charity. 4 items he mentions, and Shraddhaya, with great faith, Ishwaram Bhaje, worship the Supreme Lord. So this is the process that Kardama Muni gave to Devahuti. In Bruhad Naradiya Purana, we know this famous shloka, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastiva, 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 Gatiranyada. There is an analysis of why 3 times it is said Nastiva, Nastiva, Nastiva. And it is explained that the first nastiva means that this jnana, accumulation of knowledge, will not work. Then the second one, nastiva, means the yogic processes will not work. And third one, nastiva, means the karmic process. That means lot of fruitive activities and tapas will not work. And what will work? 3 times it is emphasized. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. So, Jnanic Marga means having faith in direct perception. This is Jnana Marga. By our observation, by our calculations, we try to acquire some knowledge. Particularly some devotees do this in the mind. There is some issue, they try to come up with a solution, calculate. Intellectually they arrive at some conclusion and then they think that is the piece of knowledge that will save them. But here the Shastra is saying, Nastiva. Whatever you accumulate by your direct perception and calculations will not work. If our intellectual conclusion has a shastric basis, then it will work. That's why your calculation should always be on the basis of the words of Lord Vishnu or the words of the spiritual master, Prabhupada. If there is no basis like that, then you may come up with a very intelligent, smart observation. And with that little observation, you are trying to cross over the obstacle that you are facing. And in the Shastra, it is considered as crossing the ocean by holding a dog's tail. This piece of knowledge may be very coming from a powerful author or a personality development expert. But then that piece of knowledge is considered a dog's tail. Using dog's tail, how far you can go in the ocean? It will also drown after some time. You need a big ship. Only on the ship, when you sit there tightly, then one can cross the ocean. Otherwise, the waves that toss in the ocean are very not ordinary. No human being can survive those such waves. So, that boat to cross the ocean is this Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. Krishna's lotus feet is the boat, and remembering Krishna's lotus feet is made easy by chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Somehow, inside, feeling dependence on this vibration. That's why here it is mentioned, Shraddhaya, developing faith that as soon as this vibration is there with me, I am safe. If that faith is developed, then devotee automatically depends on chanting and hearing. Shraddhaya, Ishwaram Bhaja. This is the perfect way of worshipping the Supreme Lord. Ishwaram Bhaja. Bhaja means worshipping Ishvara. How is this? Again, Bhagavatam confirms this. In the 12th canto, it confirms this. Sangopangashra parshadam yajnai sankirtana prayer yajanti isumedashaha. Yajanti means worshipping. So, in this age, we are supposed to worship a particular form of the Lord, who comes with his associates and weapons and all those things. And how to worship him? Sankirtana. Yajnai Sankirtana. Sankirtana Yajna. And what is this form that you are referring to? He is Krishna Varnam. He belongs to category of Krishna. Krishna Varna means category of Krishna. One more meaning is always chanting Krishna's name. Now, who belongs to Krishna's category? There is no Sama or Urdhva for Krishna. That is the definition of God, Supreme Lord. He has no Sama or there is no above. But now who is this category of Krishna? That means he is Krishna. Jai Radha Govinda. He is Krishna only. If somebody equal to you, my Lord, means, okay, I am only Krishna. I will only come. Like once a couple prays to Krishna that you please, we want a son as powerful as you. Then Lord says, there is nobody like that, so I will only come as your son. So similarly, Krishna Varna means he is Krishna. But his color is different, that's why it is called Tvisha Krishna. So we are worshipping Lord Chaitanya by chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by worshipping that magnanimous personality, your sense control, austerity, every other issues will be mitigated. By his kindness, by his magnanimous nature, Lord Chaitanya is very merciful and he knows our situation. We can't do some big sense control and austerities and all that. So by worshipping him and pleasing him, by nicely doing this Sankirtana Yajna, one can satisfy. So that's why here also he said, if Lord is satisfied, then he will appear as our son. Similarly, if Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya are satisfied, then the Lord will appear as pure name. He will also appear. So, for us, the sense control, the austerity, all these aspects are defined by Prabhupada. We should not imagine some kind of an austerity and then try to follow that. Always we should see, before you take up any vrata, drudha vrata, you should see, is it based on Prabhupada's instruction or is it based on my internal calculation of what is good for me? It should be on the basis of Prabhupada's instruction. Maybe it is good for you, that's what your mind will say, but actually it will not have any result. It's like holding a dog's tail. Again and again it will come back to the same point. Dog's tail is like that. You try to straighten it, it will come back to the same point again. So, in our life, real progress means the progress on the basis of Guru's instruction. This is real progress. So then what is self-control? Self-control means anything which is favorable to this progress in Krishna consciousness. That is called self-control. You have to control yourself to only calculate on the basis of Prabhupada's instruction. Not to interpret, misinterpret, speculate on what to do next. We should always try to think and feel and do on the basis of what Prabhupada has given. Very simple. We are all his servants, we are all his sons, and whatever he says, we should try to implement. And you can calculate on that basis, okay, what should I do next? Prabhupada is saying, you simply chant and hear, that's all. Now comes, now what and all I need to do. So that thinking is self-control. Following Guru's order to expand this mission, that is the hard work of austerity. And sacrificing, yes, the devotees who are practicing outside, they're working hard and earning money, and that money, here it is mentioned, dravina dhanaischa, whatever dravina they are able to accumulate, whatever resources, whatever money, that should be given as charity to Krishna consciousness movement. Why? Because by practicing this movement, one can become spiritually advanced, and they can even attain Krishna as one's son. This is an exalted path. So here Prabhupada is first recommending damena, control of the senses. In our movement, control of the senses doesn't mean reducing eating or stopping all eating. In our movement, controlling the senses means not stopping. It means you have to instead of stopping, you allow it to enjoy as prescribed by the spiritual master. Control means, for example, the control of the senses begins with the jivha, the tongue control. If the tongue is not controlled, controlling other senses is impossible. If the control of the tongue is there, then it is considered that the other senses are also under control. Now, what is this control of tongue? There is a sect of religionists. They say you stop all kinds of eating. They want to stop the eating process. No, this is not our process. Our process is a devotee will eat only Krishna Prasad. This is called jivha control. In his whole life, if he takes a decision, this is called dhrudavrata, that I will only eat Krishna Prasad. And for temple devotees, I will eat only in the ashram. Whatever prasadam is offered to the deities and comes to the ashram, only that. Not any other boxes, any other houses, or no. While said that, there could be some requirements in some services where we may have to eat in other places, but that should be under authorization. But it requires dhrudavrata, a strong vow. That's why here he is glorifying her. You have undertaken sacred vows. These are all very sacred. Dhrutavratayascha badram te, and God will bless you. If somebody takes a vow that I am going to follow Prabhupada like this, then obviously Krishna's blessing will be there. Man endeavors, then comes the blessing. You should endeavor something. Any issue, any problem, any challenge, whatever in your life, first is your own endeavor. You should do something. And then comes the Lord's blessing. Not that you simply sit and go on asking Krishna, My Lord, I have created this big problem, you come and solve me. I have created that big problem, now you come and do this. So he is not an order carrier like that. So we have to do our endeavor not to create any trouble and then bring a big issue on Krishna's head. First of all, we should carefully follow Guru's instructions and ensure that we don't bring anything onto the mission. So this is the first one. Sense control means actually very joyful process. The word says control of the senses, control of the tongue, but we are not saying stop eating. We are saying eating Krishna Prasadam. How much we can eat, Prabhu? So now actually speaking, there is no limitation. As much as you can eat, you can eat, provided you digest normally. Normal digestion takes 4 hours generally. So in 4 hours, let us say you are able to consume and digest all the food. Very good. That is the normal. Of course, sometimes some devotees may take 5 or 6 hours, although he may eat little less. It's okay. Whatever the natural cycle is. You eat the next meal only when you are hungry. Only when you are feeling hungry, you can go and take the next meal. So you eat. Happily you eat. While eating, relish. Krishna bada doyamai kori bar jiv hajai. This relishing and enjoying is very important. It is prasadam, it is sankirtan, it is service. Everywhere this relishing and enjoying is important. Devotees should take pleasure from all this. For prasadam, it is natural. Automatically we will try to appreciate if something is very good, and that should be done for other aspects of KC also. Sense control begins with jivha, and this tongue control is so powerful. It will really purify. One is to eat only Krishna Prasadam, and one more is to talk only Krishna, about Krishna. That means chanting Hare Krishna, or in our talks, always there should be Krishna. If a devotee can practice like that, in their talks, in their words, always Krishna is there, then he is successful. He is progressing faster. If our words are still having some material subject matters, politics, cricket, or this and that, that means still the disease is there. But if Krishna is prominently appearing in our talks, that is the perfection of life. So that is sense control. Dhamena, niyamena, following the rules and regulations. So rules and regulations are known as, actually for this self-control, sense control, Prabhupada gives an example of Krishna himself. Nectar of Devotion describes about Krishna, how Krishna is self-controlled. A person who can control his senses fully is called Vashi, self-control. In this connection, it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. All the 16,000 wives of Krishna were so exquisitely beautiful that their smiling and shyness were able to captivate the minds of great demigods like Lord Shiva and Brahma. But still they could not even agitate the mind of Krishna in spite of their attractive feminine behavior. Every one of the thousands of wives of Krishna was thinking that Krishna was captivated by her feminine beauty, but this was not the case. Krishna is therefore the supreme controller of senses and this is admitted in Bhagavad Gita. He is addressed as Hrishikesha, the master of the senses. So Krishna's control, obviously, because he is the master of the all the senses. Our senses are actually machine parts. So the owner, the manufacturer, the owner and the controller is Krishna. Hand is a sense, working sense, and this hand is manufactured by this nature. So it's a machine part. All this machinery belongs to Krishna. And so whoever is the owner, he gets the full control. In this world also you see, owner has the full control. So that's as simple as that. And Krishna, he exhibited that. Although he has so many wives and they're all beautiful, and most importantly, they're smiling and they're exhibiting shyness. Now these are the beauties of a woman. A beautiful smile can finish the most powerful person in this world. And most importantly, shyness will conquer a person. The opposite sex will be conquered by the shyness of a woman. As soon as woman loses shyness, nobody cares. The shyness and chastity, that will conquer the others. Half naked or 70% naked, that kind of a woman will not command any respect in the others. They see her very cheaply, but already she is cheaply dressed. So according to Vedic system, shyness is the woman's weapon. If they can practice that, then they can conquer the opposite person. So this is the example of self-control, Krishna. And then here it is mentioned about the religious the rules and regulations. Devotees should always open to rules and regulations. Bhagavad Gita says rules and regulations are rules and regulations of freedom. The regulations and rules actually enable you to experience freedom. More one accepts these rules and regulations, more free is. It looks contradictory, but actually that's the interesting phenomena. And rules and regulations comes from Guru, and also the system that Guru made. His organization also can make a lot of rules and regulations. You should not say, no, show me. In Prabhupada books, you show me this particular rule, whether it is there or not. No, some rules, Prabhupada institution can make, and we should be ready to follow. In fact, sometimes when you see Prabhupada, this Bhagavatam, some of the regulations that may contradict with the rules that we make, but you should see that, for example, we say, you, brahmachari, should nicely iron your clothes, nicely wash, iron your clothes,